Going to take you right back out to this motorcycle chase that's happening in Los Angeles. Going to pull up that feed here now. You can see this live look as our SkyFOX chopper is overhead. That motorcyclist is who police have been following for quite some time now, which, as I mentioned previously in our coverage, if you were with us, we're used to covering a lot of different car chases involving police, especially in the Los Angeles area. But a motorcycle chase, I can't recall the last time we had one of these. So, of course, that makes for any chase is always going to be dangerous. But when you see an individual on a motorcycle going at high rates of speed, driving through intersections, it could be very scary there. So what we know so far is this police chase is happening in Los Angeles, mostly overhead. Our SkyFOX camera is overhead the West Hills area as the LA Police Department is chasing the motorcyclist. We did see at one point the motorcyclist go onto the freeway. We heard our team at Fox 11 kind of mention that they weren't sure if at what point California Highway Patrol would take over as opposed to LAPD, but it appears that this is still an LAPD chase at the moment. Now, while the motorcyclist is wearing a helmet, he's been seen traveling at high rates of speed, refusing to give up to LAPD officers when stopping at the red light. The suspect was initially wanted for assault with a deadly weapon, leaving officials worried that he may be armed during this ongoing chase. So that's the main concern right now. So we're continuing to follow this. You can see police there in the distance. A little bit tougher to see now with all of these trees from our SkyFOX chopper here, but still monitoring. You can see in the top right-hand corner there of the speeds in which this motorcyclist is going. Not terribly quick right now as he's been making some turns and whatnot, but obviously right now it's starting to get a little bit darker outside. You can see police cautiously behind him again because that concern right now remains that this suspect was initially wanted for assault with a deadly weapon. So a big fear right now for police, for people on the roadways, for people in the area, that this man could be armed potentially. And that's what they're most focused on, is trying to safely end this pursuit and make sure that this person can be safely taken away here, especially if there is a firearm involved. So continuing to stay overhead here as we watch this chase happen in real time.
Do whatever they're going
Let's
to do.
just listen in again briefly.
Doesn't try to pull anything. If they're able to get to the weapons in the storage compartment. We believe that that's where they are, not that they're in this person's waistband or a vest or anything like that. But we don't really know, and LAPD doesn't know either. This person could be wearing something underneath that flannel where they could have easy access to those weapons. Or they could be locked up in those storage compartments. But now kind of looping around again as we're back out onto southbound Topanga Canyon, coming up near Victory, and there's the Topanga Plaza right there in the background on the other side there of Topanga. As we are behind this building, let's see what. Yeah. No, I was just waiting to see. It looked like maybe they had stopped momentarily in the middle of the street or something like that, back out onto Irwin Street. So looping back around in this busy commercial area, lots of folks going out for dinner right now. A lot of dining options there at Topanga Plaza. Been there myself plenty of times. Now getting away from that, though, as we are westbound on Irwin, going away from Topanga Canyon back into the residential areas of Woodland Hills and then soon the West Hills area, only about a mile or so from where this all started, and looping back around again. I think this is the second time we've been on this street. So this has kind of been the MO on this during this entire pursuit, is just kind of loop around a couple areas, then go to another area, loop around there. What is the idea? There is a really large parking garage there at Topanga Plaza. So many times we've seen motorcycle pursuits end with motorcycles going, into.
Okay, continuing to watch this unfold here, you can see at moments it appears that police are getting rather close, and then they kind of keep their distance as the motorcyclist speeds up, now going about 50 miles per hour or so. You also notice that there have been a lot of different vehicles out. This is a busy time right now. It's a Thursday evening, people going out and about, going out to dinner, going home from work, whatever it may be. And so we've seen this motorcyclist go through both commercial areas as well as residential areas, and as you're watching here, just kind of weaving through traffic, which makes for a very dangerous situation. So watching this all happen, a lot of cars too on the roads don't realize that perhaps this is a pursuit in the moment. We watched also just moments ago as a car had kind of continued to follow behind it, not realizing that a police officer was trying to make a turn to get behind this individual. So these motorcycle chases, car chases are always very unpredictable, always can be very dangerous. And if you're just joining us now, the reason that this is so concerning out of the Los Angeles area is because we're learning that the suspect was initially wanted for assault with a deadly weapon. So police right now concerned that he could be armed during this ongoing chase, not only for them to try to bring this to a safe conclusion here, but also for people on the roadways, people who are out walking, whatever it may be. Trying to contain this situation can be tricky. And on top of it, you have an individual here who is driving at high rates of speed on a motorcycle, weaving in and out of traffic, going onto the freeway, going into residential areas, really all over the place. We're kind of getting a better look at this man now. You can see he has some facial hair, sunglasses on, looks like he's wearing a flannel. Got a really good look at this person from our SkyFOX chopper. Fox 11 always doing a great job following these pursuits from overhead. So we've gotten to see a lot of different angles of this. This is in the West Hills area of Los Angeles. Motorcyclist is wearing a helmet, but still traveling at high rates of speed, refusing to give up to officers right now, even when stopping at red lights, even as they get a little bit closer to him. He's been pretty relentless here in this chase, going through a lot of different areas. Again, and it looks like officers were trying to get out there for a brief moment, but he took off again. There's really not an easy way to go about this, you know, especially if you think that an individual could be armed. Right now in LA, it's 7:30, a little after 7:30. Sun's starting to go down. Very busy time. Cars on the roadway. LA, obviously always a very busy and bustling area, but right now people could be going home from work, going out to eat, whatever it may be. And this, it looks like the motorcyclist is going down a lane in which cars were going the opposite way. But now it looks like he could be back in the correct lane here. So every time we see this motorcyclist stop, we see this effort by police to potentially open their doors, try to get out to apprehend the person on the motorcycle. But every time that even happens, the motorcyclist will take off pretty quickly again. So we've watched this happen repeatedly throughout this chase here. This time around, though, it looks like police are not opening their doors, but keeping a close distance on this individual as he's going now up to 84 miles per hour there, speeding down this roadway here. Hitting a little bit more traffic in this area, but it appears the motorcyclist is going down now another side street. Again, really has been a mix of areas here, residential, the freeway at one point, and there's another chopper there that just flew by. A lot of different effort here in tracking this motorcyclist as he continues to try to get away from police here. Really has been an ongoing pursuit here. Trying to bring this to a safe conclusion. Our chopper here in the West Hills area of Los Angeles following this motorcyclist. Again, a lot of people on the roadways, if you're driving out on the road right now, you probably don't know what's going on until you see a large presence of police following behind this individual. But you could just think this is someone speeding away as the motorcyclist is now getting up to about 80 miles per hour there and slowing back down. It's also the quality of the air right now. It's a bit fuzzy to see, so not the best visibility. That's the word I was looking for. Not the best visibility right now, at least from what we're seeing here. We're learning that the chopper is shooting into the sun here, so that could be part of the reason why it looks like this. But nonetheless, can still see this pretty well here. Motorcyclist slowing down, turning left. And actually turning completely around here. Heading back the other direction. Police flipping around as well, trying to follow this individual here. There he goes, taking off again, this time about 79 miles per hour there. Our SkyFOX chopper overhead right now, following this individual. This pursuit has been going on for quite some time now. This chase in Los Angeles, in the West Hills area, as we've watched this motorcyclist take every turn and twist here as they take police on this pursuit. We also got a bit of a close-up look at the motorcyclist as well. He's wearing a flannel, a red flannel of some sort. He has facial hair. He's wearing glasses that appeared to be black glasses, and is also wearing a helmet, but nonetheless driving at very quick speeds here through really every type of area. We've also seen in some occasions these chases and with somebody turning onto a road that ends up being a dead end. So you really never know. These are very unpredictable, but they're also very dangerous. That's the thing about any sort of chase that you watch, especially when you're watching it live. And that's what we do here on Live Now from Fox. We bring you all of these feeds live, raw, and unfiltered. So as always, viewer discretion advised as we continue to watch this all play out here live in real time. About 7:37 now in Los Angeles, current time there. Sun is going down, and we've seen this individual, it looks like he's running into more police cars, and they've blocked him in here. They have cornered him in this area here. And he's in a cul-de-sac now. This appears to be a dead end. They've got him to go where they wanted him. Look at all of these police vehicles now cornering this man. Again, the concern here, viewer discretion advised, is that this suspect is wanted for assault with a deadly weapon. That's the concern here. We're trying to see through these trees right now what's going to happen. Difficult to see through these tree branches, but a lot of officers have cornered in on him. Let's see if the chopper moves around to the other side here. It appears that this man is on the ground here. Again, not the best view for our Fox 11 chopper overhead because of these very high trees in the area, but you could see police set up on this residential street. They got him exactly where they wanted. They had cornered off every angle of this street so that this motorcyclist had no choice but to run into them to be apprehended here. A lot of officers there. We get a little bit of a closer look here. This chase looks like has safely come to an end here. It's always very scary, unpredictable, dangerous anytime one of these happens because we're watching this live in real time. You never know what's going to happen, especially when somebody is taking police on a chase through very busy areas. And we're getting another look at the suspect here getting handcuffed now. Looks like police are patting this individual down. He ended up having to try to jump from his motorcycle in the driveway of someone's home, it looks like, as police had really blocked off that cul-de-sac and the street that was leading up to it. there's really nowhere for him to go. So a great job by LAPD and the other agencies involved in this, and being able to safely find a way to make him have to surrender here. So we're continuing to watch this chase live overhead as this man is getting taken away in handcuffs here. And if you're just joining us and you're wondering what is going on here, outside of seeing that this is in fact a motorcycle chase in the San Fernando Valley area, well, this all started a little bit ago here. We've probably been on this for about, I would say, 30 minutes or so following this pursuit. And obviously a dangerous police chase here, as our SkyFOX chopper followed this all happening in real time, was over the West Hills area as LAPD continued to stay on top of this motorcyclist. And the motorcyclist, you could see there, he had a white shirt on. You can see in this closer up front look here as well. He has like a reddish orange flannel on. He was wearing glasses. He had a helmet on. Well, he took police on a pretty high-speed chase, slowing down for turns and the usual types of situations there, but also going up to speeds over 80 miles per hour at times that we watched, and weaving in and out of traffic. So really took police through both residential areas as well as the freeway, really all over the place here. And the reason that, I mean, these are always scary. They're always dangerous. They're always unpredictable, because you want to find a way to safely apprehend the person that you're chasing as an officer. But in this case, they were especially concerned because of the fact that this suspect was initially wanted for assault with a deadly weapon. So they were worried that as they were pursuing him on this chase, that he could have been armed during it, posing a risk not only to the officers trying to apprehend him, but also for residents in the area. It looks like our chopper is flying away here. You saw that safely come to an end. Fortunately, we are going to take a quick commercial break.